Good morning, ma'am.
How is my sound now?
Ma'am, sometimes it's going low and sometimes it's
Fine.
too high.
Yes, a PowerPoint presentation. Who asked me about PowerPoint presentation?
Me, ma'am.
You and one more child asked me what was. Yes, Nirupama. Yes. PowerPoint presentation or assignment in A4 sheet paper. Then, dear children, we know in some month, for example, in December, in the month of December, we feel very cold. Then it is very hot in the month of May, April, May, and it's rain in June, July month, right? It is because of variety. It is because of variation in climate.
Yes, ma'am.
So in this lesson, we will be discussing about climate of India. And then before discussing about climate of India, you should you should know two important terms. You will always hear these two terms. Can you say what it is?
Ma'am, climate and weather.
Climate and weather. Usually these two terms are used in same context, climate and weather, but these two words are meanings are slightly different. Let us see what is climate and weather. Anybody can say what is climate in your own sentence, in your
Ma'am,
own words?
it
Simple.
is a type of weather in a large area for a long period of time.
Yeah, it's a type of weather over a large area for a long period of time. Then what is weather?
The day-to-day change in the atmosphere.
The day-to-day changes in the atmosphere is called weather. Very good. Then this is the definition from your textbook, and this is a simple definition, and this is a definition from your textbook, and this is simple definition for weather and climate. Okay, I'll tell you a simple definition of climate to all of you. Both are climate and weather. It's a condition of atmosphere or state of atmosphere. It's a condition of atmosphere. Then, when we talk about climate, it is a condition or state of atmosphere for a large area and for a long period of time. For a large area and for a long period of time. So, climate of a particular area has not been formed in 1, 2, 3 days basis. It has been formed for many years, or it has been formed over long period of time. Climate of a place, a particular place has been formed for long period of time. Long period of time means more than 30 years. More than the same 30 years. That means same condition of atmosphere continue for 30 years. Then we use the word climate. For example, we say climate in Rajasthan. What is the climate in Rajasthan?
Ma'am, hot.
Very hot because it's a desert land, right? So climate in Rajasthan is hot. What is the climate in Himachal Pradesh?
Too cold.
Very cold, extreme cold. Then why we use the word climate there? To denote the
Because they
condition
are
of
in the same
atmosphere
level.
in that particular state. Why we use the word climate?
Because it has been there for a long time.
Yeah, it has been there for long time. Long time means more than 30 years. Same condition or same atmospheric condition. Right? So that's why we have a word here for a long period of time. Clear? What is climate is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others, dear children? Is it
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then respond. Then what is weather? Weather is a condition of atmosphere, but it is for short period of time. For a short period of time. Weather keeps changing every day. It's the day-to-day conditions of atmosphere. Weather keeps changing every day. For example, it might be very windy one day. It may be less windy another day. It might be heavy rain today or one day. It might be less rain next day. It is weather. It keeps changing every day. That's why we use the word for a short period of time. Weather is a day-to-day condition of temperature, humidity and wind. It always keeps changing. Then today it is sunny. It's very hot. And we say it's sunny day. Then tomorrow it may be a rainy day. It is called weather. Clear what is the difference between climate and weather?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, we are focusing on elements of weather and climate. What are the elements of weather and climate? Elements of weather and climate are same. How it influence weather and climate? You must understand the meaning of all these 5 terms. It will be useful in the next class. Okay. Now we are just going through the meaning of all this words. The first element is temperature. What is the temperature? What is the meaning of temperature?
Ma'am, is it whether cold or hot?
Yeah, whether the climate of whether the atmosphere is cold or hot, you can say degree of hotness or coldness of atmosphere. Degree of hotness or coldness of the atmosphere is called temperature. What is atmospheric pressure?
Air pressure?
Yeah, atmospheric pressure is also known as air pressure. What it is? How it works? Atmospheric pressure.
As we
Ma'am,
go
with
Atmospheric
higher,
pressure
the
is a
as we go
pressure
higher,
within the atmosphere of the earth, right? Atmospheric pressure is a pressure within the atmosphere of the earth, right? Tell me, Anand, Deep, what did you say?
as we go higher, the pressure decreases.
Sorry?
As we go higher in the altitude, the pressure
As
decreases.
we go higher, the pressure density of air will decreases. Okay. Here, atmospheric pressure means just imagine this is the surface of the earth, right? Surface of the earth surface. What is atmosphere?
a cloudy blanket covering Earth.
Yeah, gaseous level. Gaseous layer of the earth is called atmosphere, right? A blanket covered gaseous layer. It's a blanket cover of earth. It's called atmosphere. Our atmosphere consists of water molecules, air, dust particles, etc. Okay. All these are under the influence of gravity. You know about earth gravity, right? Earth gravity force of the earth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And all these being there's water molecules, air, dust particles and all other things in the atmosphere are under the gravity force. So this gravity attract all these in the atmosphere. Attract all this. Gravity attract all these to the surface of the earth. So atmosphere give a pressure on the surface of the earth. This pressure is called atmospheric pressure. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then atmospheric pressure is of two types. What are they? High pressure and low pressure.
Low pressure.
High pressure and low pressure. Then how we measure high pressure and low pressure? We use a device to measure pressure of an area. We use this device is called barometer.
Yes, ma'am.
Barometer is a device we use to measure pressure, this atmospheric pressure. mercury barometer. That is the full name, mercury barometer. Then it measured atmospheric pressure in millibar or unit. It measured in millibar or in unit. It show this device show atmospheric pressure in millibar or unit. So when we check the atmospheric pressure of an area, suppose we get here 10 millibar atmospheric pressure and this area we get only 5 millibar. Okay, then we say this is high pressure area and this is low pressure area. Clear? When we check atmospheric pressure
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
help of this device. Suppose if we get 10 millibar or 10 unit here and 5 unit there. Then we say this is high pressure area and this is low pressure area. Okay.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
understand what is high pressure, low pressure and what is atmospheric pressure. In simple word, we can say atmospheric pressure is the pressure within the atmosphere of the earth. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next one is wind. What is wind?
Wind is wind.
It's a movement of air, right? In simple word, we can say wind is a movement of air. Wind always move from high pressure area to low pressure area. Clear?
Yes,
High
ma'am.
pressure to high pressure area to low pressure area. So what is wind? Wind is a movement of air from high pressure area to low pressure area. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next element is humidity. What is humidity?
The moisture in the atmosphere.
Presence of moisture in the atmosphere or presence of water vapor in the atmosphere, right? Then how this water vapor, you know about water cycle? All
Yes,
of you
ma'am.
know what is water cycle?
Evaporation.
Yes, you have learned in 8th standard geography, right? The second chapter, land,
Yes, ma'am.
soil, water cycle is there, right? When sun heat up water in ocean, rivers and lakes, it rises up in the air, right? Or when sun heat up the water, it become water vapors. This water vapor rises up in the air, right? This is called evaporation. All of you know it, I think, right? And presence of this water vapor in the atmosphere is called humidity. Presence
Yes,
of
ma'am.
water vapors in the atmosphere is called humidity. Then during summer season we feel very humid, right? It's not a feeling of hot, but for example, when we touch our skin, it is sometimes we feel it's sticky. Did you
Yes,
feel?
ma'am.
Yes, it is called humidity. It's because of humidity, presence of water vapor in atmosphere, water content in atmosphere. Next one is precipitation. What is precipitation?
Ma'am, rain.
All of you know, right? How it happens, precipitation?
When water molecules rise up in the sky, as more and more comes, it gets heavier due to the
Yeah, it
weight
will
of the
become clouds, right? When the clouds become heavy, it will burst
hail
open and give out
precipitation.
rain, but in different forms, right?
Yes,
Precipitation will
ma'am.
be in different forms. It may be in form of rain. Then what are the other forms of precipitation?
Snow.
Snowflake, snowfall. Then one more is it. You all like to see
Ma'am,
it.
hailstone.
Hailstone, right? Have you seen hailstone?
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
touched? It's like our ice cube, right? It's heavy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So precipitation is in the form of, all of you know precipitation, rain. It's in the form of precipitation. Three forms are there: rain, snowflakes or snowfall, and hailstone. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope there's four elements. It's clear to all of you. First one is temperature. Temperature means degree of hotness or coldness of atmosphere. Second one, atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure or air pressure, it is a pressure within the atmosphere of the earth. It happens when the things in the atmosphere, things like water molecules, air, dust particles there in the atmosphere. And because of the gravity pull, this atmospheric things in the atmosphere give a pressure on the surface of the earth. This is called atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is of two types, high pressure and low pressure. We use a device to measure atmospheric pressure. It is called barometer, mercury barometer. It shows pressure in millibar or in unit. Then next one, wind. Wind is a movement of the air from high pressure area to low pressure area. Humidity, presence of water vapors in the atmosphere is called humidity. Clear? Then press last one,
Yes, ma'am.
precipitation. Precipitation in the form of rain, hailstone, snowflake, snowfall, etc. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then these are the elements of weather and climate. How it influences. Okay. How it influences, we will discuss in the next class, but you should know what is the meaning of all this. Shall I move to the next topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Next one is, next we are talking about climate of India. Name of the lesson is climate. India's climate. We are going to, or we will be discussing about climate of India. Then what is the climate of India? You're talking about India or country. What is the climate of, in
Ma'am,
general, what is the
different
climate of India?
Tropical.
monsoon.
Monsoon climate, right? Indian climate is monsoon type of climate. Prajod, you can't hear me? I'm not audible to you? Indian climate is called monsoon type of climate. Okay, note down this point. It's very important. India's climate is known as monsoon type of climate. It is because of the influence of monsoon wind. Monsoon is a wind, right? So our climate is known as monsoon monsoon type of climate because of the influence of monsoon wind. Then in India's, or due to India's location, India's place or location in the tropical region, most of the rain in India is brought by monsoon wind. Most of the rain is brought by monsoon. That's why we say India's climate is monsoon type of climate. Indian climate is monsoon type of climate. The word monsoon derived from Arabic word mosim, right? You have learned this in smaller class, right? Mosim
Yes,
is an
ma'am.
Arabic word because Arab traveler gave this name monsoon. He gave the name mosim from this, the word monsoon derived. Mosim is an Arabic word. Then monsoon referred to, you can see a small box in your textbook, you can underline this. Left side, monsoon refers to the seasonal reversal in the wind direction during a year. What is the meaning of the seasonal reversal in the wind? It means according to season. We have in India, we have mainly we have or major three seasons are there in India: winter, summer, and monsoon. In some part of India, experience other two seasons, that's autumn and spring. But major three seasons are winter, summer, and monsoon. Okay. According to seasons, there will be changes in the direction of wind. Clear? According to season, there will be there will be some changes in the direction of wind. That's this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is the meaning of the sentence: seasonal reversal in the wind direction. So monsoon refers to as seasonal reversal in the wind direction, means According to season, there will be changes in the direction of wind. Clear?
Yes, ma'am, but your voice is low, ma'am.
I don't know. One sec. Meaning of the sentence is clear. Seasonal reversal in the wind direction during the year.
Yes, ma'am.
According to season, there will be changes in the direction of wind. Okay, that we will explain everything in detail when we discuss about the climate factors affecting climate of India. But this is the introductory part. You all understood all these concepts. Otherwise, you will be confused with all the words. Okay. Climate of India, as I told you, climate of India is described as monsoon type of climate. This is because of the influence of monsoon wind, right? Due to India's location in the tropical region, most of the rain is brought by monsoon wind. Till this it's clear, right? But in general, we say climate of India is monsoon type of climate, but still regional variations are there in the climate. What is the
Yes,
meaning of
ma'am.
regional variation?
Like climate differ from places.
Yeah, region means place or area, right? So climate varies from or different or varies from place to place. There are regional variation in the climatic condition within the country. Let us see examples. In India, we can take two states, very easy to compare with it. Rajasthan and
Rajasthan,
Himachal Pradesh.
Himalaya.
Right? Rajasthan climate, it's a part of India, but Rajasthan always, its climate is very hot. Himachal Pradesh, its climate is very cold. But what is the climate of India?
Monsoon.
Monsoon type of climate, but there is regional variation in the climatic condition. Clear? Within a country.
Yes, ma'am.
Climate of Rajasthan is very hot. Climate in Himachal is very cold. Kerala climate is moderate, neither too hot nor too cold. Because Kerala is a coastal plain. Then, when we take these two elements, temperature and precipitation. Okay, I'll explain with this two example, temperature and precipitation. Then temperature, Rajasthan is very hot. Then Jammu and Kashmir is very cold. Then when we talk about precipitation, in Kerala we get heavy rainfall, right? Or moderate, adequate rainfall we get in Kerala. Meghalaya receive heavy rainfall. Not adequate, heavy rainfall. What about Rajasthan?
Does not get rainfall.
Yeah, does not get
No
very
amount.
less, right? Very less rainfall. Then what about Himachal Pradesh?
Ma'am, it receive precipitation by snowfall.
Yeah, it's not rainfall, right? There, precipitation, one form of precipitation is snowflakes or snowfall. Clear? So,
Yes, ma'am.
what we are explaining? Regional variation in the climatic condition within a country, right? Within the country, regional variations are there. Variations in climatic condition from place to place, or differences in the climatic condition from place to place. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then coastal area mean near sea or ocean, right? Always experience moderate climate, neither too hot or cold. Neither too hot nor too cold. For example, Kerala. Kerala experiences moderate climate. Then when we move away from coastal regions, climate will be extreme. For example, during summer season, extreme hot, winter season, extreme cold. But coastal areas experience less contrast in the temperature condition. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then next topic is climatic control. Next heading in your textbook is climatic control. There are some factors which affect the climatic condition. They are latitude, altitude, pressure and wind system, distance from the sea, ocean currents, and relief. These are climatic controls. Let us see how it controls the climate of a country or of a region. First one, latitude. How it affects? You have learned in smaller classes. Our Earth is divided into heat zones or
Temperate
climatic
zone.
zones, right? What are they?
Temperate zone, frigid zone.
One more is it? The torrid zone,
Torrid zone.
temperate zone, yes, the torrid zone, the temperate zone, and the frigid zone, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Equator divides the Earth into two equal parts, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. And in between you can see many latitude lines. You have seen this in the textbook, smaller class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So then which zone receive more sunlight?
Equator region.
Equatorial region, the torrid zone, right? This is equator.
Yes, ma'am.
Divide the Earth into two equal halves. This is okay. This is torrid zone, right? So this region receive direct sunlight or rays of the sun directly fall on the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So this region is equatorial region or torrid zone. Torrid zone. And this is north temperate zone. This is south temperate zone. This region or this area receives slanting rays of the sun, not direct sunlight. Slanting rays. So here climate is moderate. In both temperate zone, climate is moderate. And this is frigid zone, north frigid zone, south frigid zone. This climatic zone, north frigid zone and south frigid zone, do not receive much sunlight, very less. So it is here climate is very cold. Cold means extreme cold. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Which point we are explaining here? Latitude, right? We are explaining the point latitude. Latitude. So there will be changes in the climate according to the this latitudinal changes. Right? These are the important latitudes on the Earth: equator, Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, right? And this is Tropic of Capricorn, Antarctic Circle, right? These are the important latitudes on the Earth. Clear? And in between we have
equator,
torrid zone, temperate. So that means Earth is divided into climatic zones based on this latitudes. Okay. So this area receive more sunlight, so experience very hot. It's move away from this area, less hot, less temperature. Temperature will be decreasing. Then as it move to the poles, feel very cold. So there will be a change, there will be changes in the climate according to the latitudinal change. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others, dear? This is first point. Then next one is altitude. What is altitude?
Ma'am, an imaginary line.
Altitude is an imaginary. Altitude means what? Height.
No, ma'am, height.
Height.
Height. Altitude means height. Then how it affect the climate?
As we go higher,
Yes,
higher
yes.
the
As we
climate
go up
degrees.
or higher, density of air will decrease, right? Presence of air will decrease. That's why we feel very cold in mountain areas. When we visit Ooty, Munnar, Wayanad, all these
Because
are
they are
mountain
high
areas,
altitude.
right? Hill stations, Himachal, it's very cold. As we go up, density of air will become less or decreases. So temperature also decreases. Clear? That's why all hill stations are very cold. Then during summer season, in our place, we used to or we like to visit these places, right? That's why we select these places for what?
For assignment.
For assignment.
For going on vacation.
Yeah, you want to. We all want to spend our vacation in this places, right? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Altitude and latitude is clear how it affects the climate of a place.
Yes,
As we
ma'am.
go up, when we talk about altitude, altitude is a height. As we go up, density of air will become less. Presence of air will become less. So temperature will or some temperature decreases. Presence of air is also will be less as we go up. That's why mountaineers, when we go, mountaineers, right? They always carry oxygen cylinders with them. Why? Because presence of air is very low in high altitude. I hope all of you have understood today's portion.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll give you a brief summary of today's class. First, we discussed about two concepts, what is climate and weather. Both are conditions of atmosphere. One is climate. It's for a long period of time over a large area. Weather, it's a condition of atmosphere for a short period of time at a particular point. It's keep changing every day. Day-to-day conditions. Day-to-day condition of atmosphere is called weather. Then next we learn element of weather and climate. Four elements: temperature, degree of hotness and coldness of atmosphere. Second one, atmospheric pressure as air pressure or the pressure within the atmosphere of the earth. Then wind. Wind is a movement of air from high pressure to low pressure area. Humidity, presence of water vapors in the atmosphere. Precipitation, rain, snowfall, snowflakes and hailstorm. These are the four elements of weather and climate. Next one, climatic condition. Climatic controls, latitude and altitude. It affects the climatic condition of a place. Then we discuss about regional variation in the climatic condition within the country. We discussed some examples. Climate in Rajasthan is very hot. Climate in Himachal is very cold. Climate in Kerala is moderate, right? This is the variation in the climatic condition within the country. In general, we can say Indian climate is described as monsoon type of climate. It is because of the influence of monsoon wind. Due to India's location, India is located in the tropical region, so it's rain. Most
Called
of the rain is
monsoon.
brought by monsoon wind.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So today's topic, climate. Okay, you must read the textbook and for the next class, ready for class test on natural vegetation and wildlife.
Ma'am, MCQ classes le.
Yes, but yeah,
Thank
this
you,
time
ma'am.
MCQ. Okay, thank you, dear children. See you in the next
Thank
class.
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.